Hey football fans, I'm Matt. I'm joined by my friend Johnny, and we're here to keep you guys updated on everything NFL related, from scores to predictions. This is the Third and Long podcast on KCAT Radio. Welcome into the Third and Long podcast. Another week of football is done. My name is Matt. That's Johnny over there. Let's get into it.
Matt, what did you think of this week's football?
I don't know what to think anymore. I'm kind of confused, and I'm getting tired of watching games where I think I know it's going to happen, and then I'm dead wrong, and it's kind of making my football analysis inside really sad.
It's awful. I think the NFL is broken. I think their script writer is he's going a little mental.
Their script writer
is trying to throw some twists in the storyline.
He's not doing a good job because everyone's mid right now.
Yeah, I know.
Except for 2 or 3 teams, everyone's mid.
No, there's the mid teams, which is the majority. There's the really bad teams who are doing really good for no reason, and then we have the good teams who are doing bad and the good teams that are doing good.
It's all so confusing. Speaking of bad teams who are doing really well, and also just good teams who haven't won.
Which one are we going into? There's a few of them.
There are a few. Giants Ravens 24-20. I don't know why the Ravens lost. I can't pinpoint it.
I really can't either. The game was kind of boring. I stopped watching after the first half just because it was kind of uneventful.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's one of those games where it just kind of happens.
I'd like to point out that I mentioned it might have been an upset. I like the Giants. I mentioned that it was the upset alert of the week per se. I was pretty happy with. I wasn't even upset with how the Ravens played. They didn't even have a bad loss.
Well, I mean, with our projections, I projected 31-17 with the Ravens winning, and you projected 24-16 with the Ravens winning.
This is true. Neither of us thought this was going to happen.
Nobody thought the Giants were going to win this game. We kind of thought that the week in London was kind of hey, we're better than you thought, but the Packers are worse than you thought. We're here.
Maybe they are better than we thought then. Maybe we're dead wrong about them.
Matt, I really hate to tell you this because it pains me. New York football might be back.
I said it last week, and we're coming up again. And I think it is. And I think I want to see what next week is to see kind of how it balances out.
You said it a lot last week.
I did say it a lot last week. Tom Brady's washed. Steelers-Bucks 2018. So first off, Tom Brady shows up the night before the game on a private plane, not even with the team, didn't go through walkthroughs, just decided not to care. And I feel like you can't even blame it on the divorce anymore.
I think that's all that it is the divorce.
Really?
And one thing that we didn't know, Najee came out and said that he had a metal plate in his foot for the first couple of weeks of the year. He had it removed.
Boo-hoo.
That's some weight shed. He's back to full health. That's something we didn't know, and that's a factor that I think definitely plays into the Steelers and how they play.
Yeah.
And how much they can really work Najee.
Yeah, I feel like their problems are less than we thought they were. I don't think they're going to be a playoff team, but I think the fact that they're on the uptick after last season, and maybe Tomlin won't have an under 500 season. I'm not unhappy.
He might not have a losing season.
He might, which is honestly one of the coolest records in football, because I feel like that's such a test of mediocrity. Is can you have over 500 every year?
Well, he's a great coach. Yeah. I think that's totally something that's overlooked because it's just the Steelers.
Yeah.
But I really like the team.
I like it too. Give me another game.
We had the Niners-Falcons. Love to see it.
Cry, Niners fans.
We love to
Please
see
cry.
it. We love it.
I don't even hate the Niners. I just hate how cocky Niners fans are.
Oh, absolutely. It's the worst thing about California football.
I just realized that I think our audience is predominantly Niners fans.
Oh, it's 100% predominantly Niners fans, but that's
Boo-hoo.
That's the best part about
exactly. No, it's great. Yeah, 28-14 feels a little excessive for the Niners to lose by. If it was a close game, sure.
Hold on, that's an excessive score for the Falcons to win by.
Great job, Atlanta. Good job, guys.
I don't know
Marcus Mariota for MVP.
I don't know what the turning point was, but a very boring fourth quarter.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go back to another New York football team.
Oh God, just let's
No,
please.
27-10. Jets beat the Packers, the Green Bay Packers, right? Not like the adult softball league, like Jacksonville Packers. We're talking about the Green Bay Packers.
How do you
the
know
NFL
these
team.
things?
I don't know anything, Johnny. I'm full of it.
So that was just off the top of your head, like
yeah. And you're gullible, so you bought it.
Yeah, I am gullible.
There's gullible written on the ceiling if you want to look at it.
Matt, just stop.
So yeah, Packers lose by 17 to the Jets, and I'd like to point out that I thought the Jets were winning this game. I had the Jets winning 30-20. So respectfully, take that. But honestly, we both feel really sad about our teams right now.
Well, here's the thing with the Packers. I don't know. I have nothing to say to justify it, but
You don't.
But so I'm seeing Packers fans are just giving up on the team, saying that they're horrible.
So are Broncos fans.
But here's one thing that we're failing to realize. In 2010, when the Packers won the Super Bowl, they started the season 3-3. So I'm not going to give up hope yet.
Yeah, but I think in 2020, I actually want to look at it now. Did they play decent teams and go 3-3? Because the Packers are 3-3 and look bad.
We can go over this next week because
Okay.
we don't have that right now.
Yeah.
But one thing that I'm excited to see is next week's matchup, because that will really determine whether or not I give up hope for the year.
Whether or not, another NFC North matchup. Vikings Dolphins. Vikings are legit.
They are not legit.
Oh, okay, come on.
They beat a team without a quarterback.
Yeah, but they still played very well. I think they're legit contenders.
I think they're okay. I don't like them. I don't
Scale of 1 to 10.
like as far as I like them, or as good as I think.
As
they
good as
are.
you think they are.
I think they're maybe like a good 8. I'll give them an 8.
Okay, 8's pretty good. That's a passing grade right there.
Yeah, but like compared to the Eagles and the Bills.
Okay,
you know.
yeah. If you look at the top 3 teams in the league, you're gonna say they're less than.
Well,
but
you should be a top team 3 with Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, and Adam Thielen.
sure, I can't with those weapons. I can't say no. Yeah, I like to see. I have Tua starting next week.
Oh
my
yeah,
fantasy team.
I'm really excited. For
I'm
that
really
game.
excited for that game. I really want to see him just play a healthy game.
Okay.
Prayers up for that. I don't even care if they win. Have a healthy game, please, because I like him as a quarterback and I like how he's developed. And then the obvious choice, the obvious game.
Chiefs Bills. Bills winning 24-20. Right? Is that right?
Yeah. No, Bills won 24-20. You're right.
Yeah.
I missed by a high margin on my projection there. I thought it was going to be a big score. It was a defense-based game. They were neck and neck going into the fourth.
Matt, didn't I call at an earlier podcast how the Chiefs always win or lose by 4?
I don't know why you're right about that.
I said
annoying.
that. I said that, and you were talking about like Josh Allen trucking somebody. Didn't I mention that he'd have a hurdle this season?
Did he ever hurt? He did.
I said both of those.
I have way more respect for you right now.
Mm-hmm.
I hate you because that's like a really good prediction, but I have way more respect for you. That's really funny.
2 things that I was spot on about.
You got your 2, bud.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
That I'm gonna remember that.
You're gonna remember that. You were pretty accurate on the projection.
Yeah, I mean, I had the Bills winning by 4.
You had it by 4. I knew you were gonna pick a 4. It was just how large a margin. Also, do you know how hard it is to get 34 points?
It's pretty hard, but it's not impossible.
It's a lot of field goals, bro.
Matt, with the teams that played, I wouldn't put it past them.
That's a fair and accurate point. So the consensus is we've both given up on our teams and we hate ourselves.
Nope, I'm not giving up.
You
yet.
haven't given up.
Give me 2 weeks.
I have, Johnny.
You have?
I have. I've decided that I'm on the conquest for a franchise. I've been talking to Niners fans. I know I can't get on the Bills train. I can't get on the Chiefs. I'm not going to bandwagon. But my decision as a football nomad has come to the consolidation of if I'm going to lose, I want to lose with pride. And therefore, I've made my selection. So I need James to help me here.
Oh, no.
Congratulations.
Why? Did you say pride intentionally? Because like a lion pride, or is that just like...
That was a complete coincidence, but I now know where my affiliation lies, and I'm very happy about it. I'm still a Broncos fan forever, but Broncos country's dead. And I don't want to be here anymore.
Here, you can... I'd rather you wear this.
No.
Here.
No. Put it back. I don't want to throw it. Put it back.
I really want to throw the beanie.
I want to throw the beanie. I like the beanie.
I want to throw something at the beanie.
Let me have my fun.
I don't want to let you have your fun, Matt.
Let's see our hot takes. Let's see a depressed Matt hot take here because I'm sad now and I don't want to. Okay, kicking it back up. Give me a hot take, Johnny. Let's see it. See the
All
first
right.
one.
Do we need to be concerned about Lamar Jackson and the Ravens?
No. What do you mean?
I think
Of course
they're
not.
fine.
They're fine.
They're fine.
They have a fluke week. If you're going with the Packers having fluke weeks, and we're saying all these teams are having rough
then
weeks,
that's something to be concerned about. But the Ravens, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
They're still playoff contenders.
they'll be good. I like Lamar. It'll be fun. If you were a coach, what would you have to happen for you to kick a player off the field like Robbie Anderson in Carolina? About that,
I'm not really too sure what happened.
I'm pretty sure he just got heated with a coach, and they said like go sit in the locker room. It's kind of like what Antonio Brown had happen, but Antonio Brown's psychotic.
Yeah, I mean,
This helped Robbie Anderson
it
far and
did.
away. He got traded.
But one thing about it is like I don't know. When you're a player getting paid that amount of money and you're not getting what you want, I mean, I can see it.
That's fair. I can agree with
like
that.
you're there playing at a professional level, and
Yeah.
I feel like maybe there's some stuff that we don't know about. Maybe there was some disrespect. There was. Some
I
sort
bet
of-
there was,
maybe
but-
he probably wasn't getting the volume that he wanted. Something along.
I
those
think you got to
lines.
suck it up.
Yeah,
I think you
You're-
gotta.
You're getting paid. You know.
Exactly.
Do what you gotta do.
Give me another one.
Is the Bills Chiefs matchup the biggest non-divisional rivalry in football?
So I'm gonna give a comparison here because a couple years back,
okay.
me and my dad looked at it. Back in maybe early 2010s, it was Broncos Patriots. AFC matchup every year. This is perfectly parallel. Two teams that are consistently great in the same division that will never play a Super Bowl
Were.
against each other. What did you say?
You said were
Yeah.
like the Broncos were good.
Go away. Same with the Pats. I don't want to hear it. I know they're
than
not
the-
good anymore.
Better than the Broncos.
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Why do you like making me sad? Back to my point.
Hey, I said last week I was going to be nice and I'd get you.
You did. Back to my point. It's another just AFC championship matchup. You don't see them play at the Super Bowl, but it's a great matchup. I agree.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I like the rivalry. It's definitely big, especially with the tension from, the two quarterbacks. They're huge stars.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're
yeah.
they're both arguably the best quarterback from around that time.
Exactly.
And I'm just excited to see more matchups in the future because we know we're going to see more of those in the playoffs, more of those big, really close
Yeah.
games where
Yeah.
it's like one team wins by, barely anything.
They're the most fun games to watch.
They are.
And despite the fact it was 0-0 at the end of the first quarter,
Mm-hmm.
there was a lot of good play that ended in no score.
With-
Those are the fun games compared to like the Broncos Chargers kicking it back and forth.
Yeah, that
Four
was
times.
That was pathetic.
Why do I keep bringing up my own sad team? I keep doing this to myself now.
Because you're wishing that you didn't just switch to another,
This is better. I'm going with this. Get out of my business.
Okay.
Does Matt Ryan have what it takes to lead the Colts to the playoffs?
No, absolutely
Why?
not.
Why is that a question? I think Geno Smith has more of a chance.
Geno Smith has been doing good, okay? Don't compare him to Matt
Well,
Ryan
do you think
right
he'll
now.
continue?
I think he very well could.
Yeah, I think he will. I think it'll be good. I think he'll keep going, and it'll be a lot of
I
fun.
mean, I don't think Drew Lock is going to be starting anytime soon. That's all I need to
Really?
say about that.
huh? You really don't think Drew Lock will get even a chance?
Dude, did you see him in Denver? He
Just overthrew everyone. Just get faster.
He was 10 times worse than Russell Wilson is now.
Yeah, but somehow I felt better about last year than I do this year because I think this year I had more hope.
Well, yeah, because you have a name like Russell Wilson coming to a poverty franchise like the Broncos.
Sure.
So, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Also, this is distracting me. I'm sad. I can go over there. Now it's empty. You made me feel sad about the Broncos, and now there's an empty spot on the table.
Speaking of Geno Smith, will he continue to cook? Will he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you in the fact. I think you keep him until he stops producing. It's like Cooper Rush.
No, it is not like Cooper Rush.
Why? Dak won't come back. If they bring Dak back and they lose, I'm going to blame it all on coaching.
See that I agree. That's a quarterback controversy, and I think that's going to be fun
have to keep him in.
It's going to be fun to watch unravel.
Sure.
But there's no controversy with the Seahawks.
That's a good point.
Drew Lock is just Drew Lock, and he will continue to do Drew Lock things on the sidelines.
That's a fair
where
point.
he belongs.
Do you think Tony Romo is a good quarterback? Are we calling him a Hall of Fame quarterback? Mediocre? Give me a scale on 1 to 10. I'm doing those a lot
I
today.
think
I don't know why.
that his career is summarized with one play for the most part. I think you know which one I'm talking about.
I do.
Yeah.
Give a description for the viewers.
He should not have held down that. He shouldn't have taken that snap.
Yeah.
A starting quarterback should never hold a PAT. Ever.
Yeah, I agree.
Feel those PATs, they shouldn't be
I
doing
think
that.
he's the most 6 out of 10 player I can think of. And now that I've said
6.5.
6.5 out of 10. Now that I've said that, would you believe me when I told you that Tony Romo's career stats and Dak's career stats are perfectly identical? Completion percentage,
They are?
QBR, I think even yards total.
Because I've
almost
liked
completely
Dak.
parallel.
I've liked him.
So did everyone. But do you want another Tony Romo years where you're suffering? If you're Cowboys fans, I think you have to just try something new.
Well, lucky for us, we're not Cowboys fans.
Exactly.
So we don't got to worry about it.
That's true. But I think Cooper Rush has got to play.
I think so too.
Yeah. Next
All right.
week.
It's time.
Week 7. I'm about to smear your Packers across the wall.
Okay, let's hear what you have. Let's hear what you have.
We're going to start with that game, too, because it's
we'll
one of
start
our
with it.
projections.
Let's start with it.
Packers, Washington. I have the Packers putting up a mere 10 points. and I have the Commanders getting 14. I think you guys go 3-4, and Aaron Rodgers just decides to go skydiving.
See, I have the Packers taking it 24-10.
No.
Especially with Carson
Wrong.
Wentz crying
Wrong.
about his finger.
Wrong.
Carson Wentz.
Oh, I did forget about
odds
that.
of him starting that game are pretty low. And
I
Carson,
did forget about that.
I don't think he could lead them to a win against the Packers.
You know what?
anyway.
You know what? 28-10. I'm doubling the score.
You're doubling the score without Carson Wentz.
Is Case Keenum on the Washington Commanders? I don't even remember.
Matt, you're losing
doubling
so
it.
much respect right now.
I don't even care.
Yeah, I know you don't care.
Don't
You're
even
choosing
care.
to represent yourself with a Lions beanie right now. That tells me everything that I need to know.
I'm so far gone. Just let me go. Cowboys Lions. I think this is easy.
Okay, I want to hear yours first. Oh, what are you writing down over there?
Lions 35, Cowboys 28.
I have Cowboys winning 2017.
I wish I had the power to kick you out, but we're co-hosts, so I can't make you leave.
Can't do anything.
Lions 30. Okay, if you want to look at my paper real quick, I wrote Lions 21, but then Cowboys 28, but then I realized I'm wearing a Lions.
So you had to change
Lions
it up.
beanie.
Okay,
I actually do think they will put up points, though. I think it's been a culmination of kind of weird.
They'll put up points. I don't think that they're going to win the game, though. I think that it's going to be close.
But hold on. Every single NFC team, once they've gotten kind of good, have lost like 2 games in a row.
Well, we will see.
So I like the Lions. I want to see a good game. They had a bye week, too. So they're going to be rested, I think.
Bye week, you know that bye weeks kill teams, so it either makes them better or
I think it's a refresher. They've had a tough pre-bye week. I think going into the post, they can either take the turn into being.
You can either work
relatively
hard on
good.
that bye week, or you can take the week off.
They
And then
did.
lose
They
the
were
next
there,
week.
I think, 6 out of 7 days.
Okay, but the thing is how hard are you really going in your bye week? That's. What
I
you
have
to
faith
look
in
at.
Dan Campbell to push his team.
I
That's
like
all
Dan
I'm saying.
Campbell. Cowboys are winning the game.
Go away.
All right, Seahawks Chargers. I have them winning 21-14.
Okay, you have who winning?
Seahawks. I have the Seahawks winning.
If Seahawks winning 21-14.
Yes.
I have Chargers 24-21 because I think the Broncos game got them out of their own way. I think they may have taken that kind of pivot into like less bad. I'm also saying I hate the Seahawks this season.
After seeing the Chargers almost lose to the Broncos, I can't in good conscience say that they're going to win this game.
But you can in good conscience say that Washington is going to lose to the Packers.
Yes. I can say
Such a
that in good
hypocrite.
conscience.
You're such a hypocrite. I
How
hate
can
it.
I say that? Like, how is that hypocritical? They're a team who is already borderline garbage with no starting quarterback. They're going to be running with a backup next week, hopefully.
Terry McLaurin sucks too.
Terry McLaurin's overrated, and their running backs.
Honest to God, I think I just said the Commanders are going to beat the Packers just to annoy you.
I know you did.
I think you know my true feelings, but I don't care.
No, I can see through that phony little beanie of yours. I know what's going on in your head, okay?
You know this is a toddler beanie too, right?
Yeah, I know.
I bought the wrong thing. I'm having a really hard NFL season right now. I started out so happy, and then week 1 happened.
Yeah.
At least my fantasy team's doing good.
Mine aren't.
What are you right now?
I'm last in one of my leagues.
Really?
And I think I'm 4th in my other
I
one.
think I'm like 6th or 5th in my only league. I'm only doing one this year. And I think I'm living pretty good. I'm a solid 3-3. I have like second most points for.
Well, so like in my one league where I'm in last
Yeah.
place, I'm playing the current leader.
I don't want excuses.
But his
Johnny.
whole team is going.
I don't want
bye.
excuses. I don't want
I
excuses.
think I might win.
Okay.
It'll be great if I do.
Okay.
All right, and then the last game we're gonna go over: Steelers Dolphins.
This is interesting because we've
Tua's-
said good things about both these teams.
Tua's coming back.
Yes, I'm starting him in fantasy.
I don't know how well he's gonna do. He might be a little loopy. Might be seeing double receivers out there.
Sam Darnold.
We do not
Same
know.
goes.
But we also have the Steelers. Kenny Pickett did get hurt last game, but he's said to be starting this week. So
Yeah, I think. Weirdly enough, I think this might be like the game of the week because
I
the
think
games this week are so
bad.
they're bad, but I think like we said that about this week. We're like, oh, they might suck except for like Chiefs Bills maybe, but then we had a game like Falcons 49ers or like Bucks Steelers. But it's like we wrote that game off, and then it was really good. So I think maybe, but yeah, I think this might be our game of the week, Johnny.
I think so too. And I mean, with Najee and his foot plate gone, I think that we're definitely going to see a turn. I think that the Steelers are going to start to improve slowly, maybe not make the playoffs, but I think they're going to do better, and they're going to put up more points.
If you're saying that just for your uncle and cousin, you cannot
No.
put family first on this podcast.
Hey,
this is life.
Matt, if the Packers go south, I'm hopping on the Steeler train, okay?
Go. Why?
Because it's better than the Lions.
That's a fair point.
It's better than the Lions.
I'm really sad about football right now, Johnny.
I know you are.
And I hate that we have to I don't like this. Football season's making me sad, but it's okay.
I mean, dude, this week was super weird.
It was a weird week. Next week's going to be kind of weird too. I'm excited as we get through the season. I'm liking the bye weeks and how they're turning out. I think it's going to be fun.
I mean, summing up a very questionable week of football.
Yeah.
I mean, I really just have no words
to keep in theme with this week. I'm giving this week like an 8.5.
No.
Really?
I give it like a 6.
Wow.
It's
we had some fun games. We had some good times.
Very bad.
That's fair. I'm okay with that. I'm all good with it.
Summing up a very questionable week of football, I'm Johnny, and this is Matt, and you just listened to Third and Long on KCAT Radio.
This series is brought to you by Los Gatos Morning Rotary. Thank you for supporting student podcasting in support of mental health.